Hi, this is Dana, and in this video, I will talk about um, the darkness sent to you and attacks through astrology natal chart, and especially the message is how you take your rights back. Okay, so how you win the war with the darkness. Now, I've been saying in a previous video that people that work with darkness use astrology natal chart to block your path. Essentially, what God has showing me is that they attach themselves to your houses. I explained in the previous video how that is done. Please go and watch that for more details. So they attach themselves to your to the houses in your natal chart, and by that they block each house of your natal chart. That means essentially your entire being, your entire existence, everything, every single field of your life, everything that comes from God to you, every blessing, everything that should come from you, every initiative, creation, all resources, everything. If you look at the natal chart, just Google and see what houses mean, and you will see that essentially means every single field of your life. Now, what that has, this has an effect on you on a double dimension. First, as they attach themselves to your natal chart and to your entire being, first of all, they transfer their own darkness onto you. That means they transfer the karma. They transfer all attachments they have. Every single bad thing that they do is being transferred to you. They are essentially overlapping you energetically. It's like they live in your own body. Okay, they feed on you. Plus, in addition to that, they do black magic, sorcery, necromancy attacks. So they further do more intentional attacks of darkness onto you. So there's a double dimension of the attack. First, you take everything, all darkness from them, or at least, they attach themselves to you, so automatically it's being transferred to you. They feed themselves from your light, and in addition to that, they themselves send to you a lot of type of darknesses. Okay, when such a complex picture is being achieved, what God does, God puts on hold your blessings, your rights. This means, this has been something that has been bothering me throughout my spiritual fight, and I couldn't understand. God would always show to me as I was fighting my spiritual battles. He kept showing to me, your rewards are safe with me. I cannot give them to you because they steal them from you. I will give them to you when you finish. So he kept showing to me this. I couldn't understand how they steal them from me. Essentially, this is how they steal them from you, because they are attached to that house. So if God gives you the blessings and the rights you have, they automatically take that right from you. So when God decides to do this, that's the a very dark time for you. It becomes a very dark time because you're not receiving the usual help from God, which you are accustomed with because it's your birthright. um, so it's the dark night of the soul, God says to me. That's the dark night of the soul, when God decides to put on hold all your rights. But he does this in order to keep them safe until you break the bondages. So they won't take, first of all, so they won't take your rights, but also by taking more power from you, they gain power over you. Okay, so the darkness they carry and the power they have in this attachment at you grows if God gives you your rights and your blessings. This is why God is doing this as a protection measure for you. Now, it is critical what you do when this happens, because you can keep a straight line and fight your spiritual fight to get everything back and to break all the bondages, or you can start to give in to lower vibration feelings, not having faith, making compromises, getting into addictions, and this is the path to fall. So what happens when this God does this? When God does this, what happens? What you choose to do is critical for you as you go along. It defines what happens next to you, if you fall or not. If you keep fighting, God will just preserve all those rights, especially for you when you finish breaking the bondage. Now, when you finish the breaking the bondage, that's always the question, because we keep fighting, and I kept asking also God many times. I said, I've been fighting for years. How much longer? When is this over? And one thing that used to bother me was that, and I said that in a previous video, I would finish breaking a bondage, and then next day it was activated through a different person or through the same person. And I was like, when is this ending? How much longer I have to fight this? I broke this bondage 10 times by now. Some of them in foreign countries, some of them in this country. How many more are there? And I figured, since God didn't give me a clear answer at that time, I figured probably when I finish breaking all of them, But in fact, I learned recently, after I finished the situational karmic cycle with success and I broke all bondages, I learned differently. I learned that what happens, you win when you have done the integration, the healing, and achieved the oneness. What does this mean actually? Because we have an idea what it means, but God shown me now that it means a little bit different than we actually fully understand. It means that when you you are able to reject their attacks and to carry on your spiritual fighting on your subconscious level. This is during sleep time. So on conscious level, you keep fighting. The problem is, though, as I said in previous email, through draconian implant which they put on you, they create a separation of consciousness between subconscious and conscious level. And on subconscious level, they keep sending attacks to you constantly, 24 hours a day, constantly. Some of them are just automatic, password encoded and so on. But the most important thing is that your subconscious level is under continuous attack. And they do this on purpose because they know if they let go of you and they stop attacks, you will integrate subconscious with conscious level and they won't be able to catch you anymore. Okay, so what you have to do is to continue fighting on your conscious level for as long as necessary until you get imprint on your DNA of that posture, of that fight, of that decision, of that standing up, of that whatever you have to achieve through your fighting. It might be a little bit different from person to person. When this happens, you are able during sleep to carry on fights. This has been shown to me because for the last months, God has shown me in the morning, that what happened during night, and he showed me, you defeated this one in your sleep, you defeated this one in your sleep, and then when you succeeded to defeat all of them in your sleep and you're still able to stand up for yourself while you're sleeping, so your subconscious level is healed, is able to fight the spiritual fighting even as you are asleep, even as your conscious level is not active. Okay? This is when you achieved oneness. This is when you won the war, and basically God is able to give back to you your rights, because this is when they will not be able to touch you. Otherwise, as long as your subconscious level is not fully healed, they will continue to do programming on you and influence you and basically trigger you through attacks done on your subconscious level, which obviously are very difficult to observe while you're awakened, unless you have a very high awareness. But even as you have a very high energy awareness, you can observe attacks on your subconscious, but until your subconscious isn't healed, you are still affected by them. You fight them, but you're still affected by them. Yeah, this is the subconscious level, the inner child that has been wounded, and they continuously keep that hostage. They keep that inner child hostage of the attacks of all dark magic and all that. So when you heal your subconscious level to the point where the subconscious is able to fight for you during sleep and is not allowing programming attacks and intimidation and bullying and so on, through different type of attacks, regardless which type of attack is directed at you, this is when God will give back your rights. And this is when you must claim authority, power, and control over your houses in your natal chart. Okay, you claim justice, you claim judgment and punishment, and you claim full authority, power, and control over your houses in your natal chart. This is when you receive your rights back. Your rights are activated in your life again from God, and you will receive all the rewards for all the fight that you have been through. What matters most is what do you do when God decides to put this on hold. And you must understand, this is not a punishment. God is not deserting you. This is very important to understand. God is not deserting you. God is only putting them on hold because those who are using your astral chart, natal chart, would gain too much power if your rights will be active and you will receive the blessings as they are attached to you. Okay. So with this being said, I hope I conveyed all the messages which God wanted me to convey. This is the latest thing that I discovered in my spiritual work. I just worked on this myself this morning, and immediately as I achieved this for myself, God said, now you go fast and put the message out there. So I imagine there are others who are in the same, either in the same situation as me, meaning winning the war and being in the position to claim back the houses and to take back the rights. Or maybe there are people who are in the dark night of the soul and they need to understand the process, so they won't give in to the darkness, but instead to understand what is the path to victory and keep going straight with God. I wish everyone who fights next to God, I wish them strength, resilience, determination, and hope and faith, and much love of God, because there is a light of the end of the tunnel. And I'm hoping in this video I'm giving you the map road so you can get to that. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so we make sure that my work reaches out to as many people as possible. And if you feel inclined to donate to support my work, please look in the description box below. You'll find the information to my PayPal account and a wish list on Amazon. Thank you.